Good day to everybody out there to see thy wealth, order your health, drink a glass of water. In today's topic, we're going to talk about success waiting on no man or woman. So I'm going to ask you, what are you waiting for? Success waits on no man and no woman. None of us. And the fact that a lot of us sit out here, we procrastinate, we take our time, we think that tomorrow is always promised. We're not attacking the day with our best foot forward. It creates a stagnation and a comfortability in the body and in the mind, and it doesn't push you to be great, in my opinion. So for me, I know that every day I have to wake up with the grind mentality first, to not be defeated, to overcome all obstacles every day. That's what I wake up with on my mind, to make sure that I will not be defeated. You say, man, that may not be the best way to wake up for you. That's not the best way to wake up. I'm going to overcome every obstacle that comes my way. Every day, I will not be defeated. That's how I wake up every day, because I want to be successful, however that looks like to me, right? Everyone has their own definition and their own barometer for what success is. For me, that looks like waking up every day, doing whatever I want to do at whatever time I want to do it, however I want to do it, with who I want to do it with. As you can see, I'm here on my farm, right? We sitting on a farm where we're getting food produced, massive amounts of fruit trees, lots of garden production, right? Solar panels, which we ran out of power last night. That was the first time I ran out of power since I've been in the property. And that's okay. I realized that I fell asleep in the afternoon yesterday, which I rarely do, for a few hours. And when I woke up, I realized that I was down to about 50-something% battery life. And that was around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So I turned the AC off, and that's usually what uses the most power outside of the water pump. So I turned the AC off and just kind of used everything minimally yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, did a little air frying, but that wasn't a lot of anything. That was like 6% usage of the whole inverter, or the 6% usage of the battery. So this morning I wake up and it's down to like 35%. And then did a few things, and I realized I moved the fan from the bedroom to the living room area, and the fan wouldn't turn on. So I'm like, maybe it's the socket. I take it back in the bedroom, and it doesn't turn on. So then I go outside, I look at the solar panel box, the inverter box, and it has a code on it, and it says warning. And I'm like, why is it turning off? I just looked at it. It was at 35%. It's never went down from 35% to 0%, or it doesn't go down 35 points that quickly. So I know it's not at 0. So then I text the guy early this morning, the one that hooked the thing up, and he said, well, you've reached your capacity, and now you're low now. And I know we're going off about success, but this is why I'm successful. Because I don't let things draw out. So we got in touch with this guy early this morning. He got back with us this morning, and he let us know that we have reached our limit. So that's another sign that I'm going to need we're going to need another battery here, because at least another battery, because that's going to really help us with our usage and our energy output and being able to live comfortably here. We were successful in that this morning. You know what I mean? Waking up, still no power. So the sun, as you can see, the sun behind me, it's slowly making its way. And as we get about, I'm going to say, another hour or so, the voltage will be hitting the solar panels, and we'll have a good day of power, and it's going to be a nice warm day. It's going to be sunny all day. There's really no clouds behind us. So, but this is another life of off-grid living, fixing and figuring things out, and, rolling with the punches as they come. And not only do we roll with the punches, we get back up and we throw our own punches. We come out here on the video. We let you guys know about the experience, about losing our power this morning. We was able to keep it all night last night, because I like the fan, even though the temperature did get down to a really good temperature to where I didn't need the fan. I like to use the fan at night, especially in this humid weather. But like I said, it got down to a really reasonable temperature last night, But you have to make a decision for yourself to take the steps forward every day that it takes to be great, no matter what that looks like. If you want to be great, I feel like I know I'm great, and I say that with pride. I say that with compassion. I say that with passion. You know what I'm saying? Because when you come from the road that I've come from and you make it to this particular space, it's so magical. I haven't even been able to grasp it yet mentally. I really haven't even been able to take it in yet. And I've been telling myself recently that I have to learn how to enjoy the journey. As difficult as that may be, I have to learn how to enjoy the journey. So for me, next week, I'm going to start a cleanse. And when I notice one thing when I do my cleanses, it slows down time. And when I slow down time, it forces me to do a lot of soul searching and deep digging mentally. And I tap into my emotions in weird ways that I can't even explain, just crying and for whatever reason. And it's something profound happens, and you can only experience it if you go through it, where you're fasting with nothing but water. Even if you're going through a regular detox, you still go through those emotional roller coaster rides because your body is releasing so many toxins into the bloodstream, and you really don't know how to handle that. A lot of frustration, anxiety, depression, happy feelings. But I think that in order for me to continue to raise the bar and become more successful, I have to continue to keep detoxing. I have to continue to keep fasting. I have to continue to keep monitoring who I have around me, the type of energy that I have around me. If it's not good energy, get this away from me. You know what I'm saying? And if it is good energy, then I need to cultivate that relationship to where I can be just as beneficial to that person as they are to me, if that's making sense. You know what I mean? Like, I really have to become successful at this internal peace thing. I have to, because if I don't, then it's going to be a chaotic picture that you see every day. It's going to look nothing's going to get done around here. I'm going to be droopy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to come on here every day spewing hate if I'm not working on the internal peace. And I don't want to come on here spewing hate. I want to show myself that I'm able to grow no matter how difficult and how much trauma there is. You know what I'm saying? There has to be that level of control and emotional intelligence somehow, some way. And I know that I'm well more than capable of accomplishing that because I've been successful in everything that I've put my mind to. So now it's time for me to be successful in having internal peace. Internal peace is very important, very important. And you can only get that, to me, by actually being free. How can you get internal peace by being constrained to a 9-to-5? How can you get internal peace by worrying about paying an electrical bill every month, a cell phone, mortgage? How can you get internal peace by having to go into someone's establishment every day and taking their orders? And if you don't listen to them, if you don't follow the orders and do it the way they want, then you're at risk of losing your job. And all of those expenses that I just mentioned won't get paid. That's a stress that's created in and of itself. How can you get internal peace with all of those things hovering over your head? How? It's almost impossible. You gotta have God on your side. In order to overcome those obstacles every day, that's a battlefield in the mind. That's a battlefield in the mind to wake up every day. And if any of y'all out there that has internal peace, that has to go through all of those things that I mentioned, the 9-to-5, paying your mortgage, paying your lease, car payment, water bill, electrical bill, having a job and taking orders. If any of y'all out there are at internal peace with where you are today, I would like to hear from you. I would like to hear from you and how you were able to get there with all of the constraints that you go through, that we go through on a daily basis just to survive on this planet. Not thrive, just to survive. Those are the things that we go through. And in order to thrive, there has to almost be a stepping on someone's neck to get to a position. Because let's just be honest, when you're thriving, someone else is coming down. Everybody's not going to make it. So you have to tear someone down to get to where you're going to get. Whether you want to get there, you may think, oh, I went through college, I did this, I did that, I did this. No, I earned this job. You may have. But most of the time, when you're clawing and you're thriving in the capitalistic world, someone has to get torn down somehow. That's just the way this stuff go. And There's nothing wrong or right with that. It's just, if you choose to play that game, you understand that's what it is. If you choose to go out and work every day and go into the 9 to 5, you have to do things. Even like, you got to look at it. If you go to work every day and you do the right thing, you show up for work every day, you do the right thing, you build the relationships, you work hard, you got your head down, you're not worried about your coworkers, you get the promotion over someone else that has been there longer. Now all of a sudden, you have a silent enemy that is trying to take you out of your position because they feel some type of animosity towards you. And now these are the type scenarios that really is weird to me. And these are the minefields that you go through in the workforce. This is what you go through out here in society. These are the constraints. These are the stress factors that add to people dying early. You know what I mean? And getting toxic and doing backbiting things at work. And it's just a weird, toxic culture in society. But in order to be successful, this is what you go through. You go through those type of things. And then when someone does it to you, if you're not built to take the high road where someone snakes you out of your job, or you take someone's job not even knowing because you were showing up every day, and then they do something wrong to you, it's almost like, if you do something wrong to me, I want to do something wrong to you. You know what I mean? And then there's a war at work. These people, you spending more time with these people than you spend with your family. But this is the cost of success, because we want to be successful. We want to make the money so we can go. So we spend the time at these jobs. You know what I mean? At risk of having our relationship with our own family, because we have to go work, because we want to keep, right? We want to keep up with the Joneses. We want to have the newest Benz. We want to have the newest townhouse, the newest condo, the newest investment property. It has to be, we have to have that. We have to keep up with the rappers and what their standards are. So we got to go get the big boy chain, the Rolex. You know what I mean? We got to go get all these things that they value. And then because they value it, it's marketed on TV. Our parents start to value it. Now we're starting to value it, and now we lost in the sauce. And we don't go out and get cabins that got solar on the top, or well water, and you know what I'm saying? We don't go out and get these type things that help us get off the matrix and get off the grid. We continue to depend and become debt slaves and continue to get more expenses. The more money we make, the more expenses we get. The more money we make, the more expenses we create. It's a cycle, you know what I mean? And I have gotten off that cycle. I'm no longer the mice on that wheel. I'm no longer the hamster on that wheel. I have jumped off the wheel. I can jump back on it whenever I want. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of this. The control, the options, the choices. I jump off the hamster wheel and come over here and go off grid, and then I go back into the matrix whenever I choose and please, because I have freedom. I have the option, the freedom to go to work if I want, which I am working every day, as you can see. I'm working right now. As you're watching me talk on this mic, I'm working via the content, and I'm working because I have plants growing out the ground. You see, we got the fires started back here and the smoke coming out right here because we're getting the ground prepared to grow our food. We're creating money by planting soils in the ground. I'm working, baby. You know what I'm saying? There's a hidden hand that's going on right now that you can't even see. The mangoes are being heated up in the oven right now by the sun. You can't even see it. You can't even see the growth. That's what's going on. I'm working at my own pace. I hop off the hamster wheel whenever I feel like it. I do whatever I want within reason. You know what I'm saying? I still have a conscience. I still have my particular morals and values that I have. You know, I still have some integrity in today's world, in today's planet, where everybody is subject and slaves to the next person's thoughts and opinions. I'm getting away from that. Yes, you're coming out here and anybody can criticize me if they want. I'm open to that. I don't care what you think. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. Well, actually, let's back up. I do care what you think. Of course I care, but I don't worry. That's the difference. I care because I'm human, but I don't worry. If I worry about it, now I'm falling back into the stress. If I'm off the hamster wheel And I'm out of the rat race and I'm out of the matrix. Why do I give a damn about somebody's opinion who still has to take orders every day? If you got to take orders every day from somebody, if you got to wake up every day when you don't want to, if you have to ask someone when you could take a vacation, why do I care about what you say about me? That doesn't mean that you're less of a human or less of a man or a woman. I just don't care. I don't really care what you have to say. I just don't care. You have to worry about what other people are saying about, and you have to do what someone else says to you. I run my life over here. You know what I'm saying? So the day that you start running my life, then I might start caring or worrying. But at this point in the game, we are leveling up our conscious. We are leveling up our awareness. We are leveling up our care in the world for others around us. Being able to interact with other people, learning patience, empathy, you know what I'm saying? And just because we're in a position to delegate and tell people what to do, not to treat them like they are less than, that's what we're learning how to do every day. I'm dealing with this type of stuff every day, this type of energy, because I don't want someone to be treating me like crap just because they're in a better position financially or whatever. Nah, that's not good. That's not good money for me. So I try to treat everybody with respect. Everybody, no matter where you're coming from, unless I'm disrespected, and then I can start ignoring you. When I start feeling disrespected, then I just ignore you. I'm not giving you the energy. Some people say, well, a lie unchallenged is a lie, this and that. Well, guess what? I'll let it go unchallenged. That's what I'm going to do. Anyhow, listen, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. We're going to hit y'all with some more videos coming in the next couple weeks, couple days. Life is life. Love is love. And we're doing everything with the help from the universe and the man above. And with that, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. This is See Thy Wealth, water your health. Drink a glass of water.